Alright, welcome back YouTube. Welcome to the first ever Live2D Crash Course. Just been talking here with chat a little bit. We are doing this live, so if you have any questions, it's always great to come on Twitch because then I can answer them for you live. But if you do have any questions that you want me to cover that I didn't cover in the actual video or VOD, please do leave them down in the comments and I will try to answer you. If someone gave everyone head pats, but then Uno reverse. Oh yeah. So today we are going to be going over as much as I possibly can into the ins and outs of Live2D, things that probably a lot of people do not cover with Live2D, so this is an actual really good beginner tutorial. I am a beginner myself, so I'm going to be going over my things that I do, and I'm also going to be going through the process of how I personally rig my models. Now my models and how I rig my models are not the typical standard. They are not the ooh-woo anime feminine kind of models, and they are not the masculine, very masculine male models. So, but most of the basics, most of the things that we're going to be going over, you can apply it to any way that you have your art style for any model, no matter what it is. So that's the greatest thing about Live2D, is it's very, very, very translatable. No matter what kind of model you have, no matter what kind of art style that you have. There also are a bunch of different ways to rig a model. It depends on what you want to do with it and how you want to go about it. I will just give you the tools, the understanding, and you can take it from there with what you want to do and how you want to experiment with things. Live2D is very forgiving when you're doing experimentation, so it's okay to mess up. Even I have messed up. Okay? So it's okay to mess up, and we may mess up. We may have mess ups even in our own tutorial. So, and I will tell you how we messed up and how to fix it, or at least how I fix it. But if you find a better way, it's always great. So without further ado, how about we get into the things? So, I gotta move myself. Oh sh! What the hell? Who the hell is calling me? Oh my god! Drunken! Drunken! You made me think somebody was fucking calling me! No! Oh my god! You made me think someone was actually calling me! I hate you! I hate you, Drunken! I am trying to get to move my model over. Ignore. We're gonna be going over what this program is in a bit, but yeah. We will eventually be testing out the model at the very end of the Live2D Crash Course in what I'm using currently, so. So yeah, I hate you, Drunken. I hate you so much. Well, look at this. I never fall for that because no one calls me. Hey, I mean, the only person that calls me is Jose, really, and I'm just like, Jose's out getting shit, so who the hell is calling me? I'm gonna be honest, like, nobody calls me on Discord. I'm gonna be serious. Anyways. Without further ado, today's Live2D Crash Course is going to be going over all the things of kind of how do you start, okay? I think we'll go into there. First off, how do you start doing anything? So the first thing, you have to make a model. There's plenty of tutorials of how to separate up a model, and a lot of tutorials do it really, 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 really well. There's a bunch of beginner friendly stuff. I'm just going to go over everything to do with Live2D, so we are not going to cover that. There are plenty of other things. To be honest, I just declined my calls I would get anyways. Oh my gosh, Drunken. So yeah, without a further ado, we are going to be using. So I use Clip Studio for mine, but Clip Studio can convert into Photoshop files, so that's really great. And honestly, there's not that much of a difference with most things. It's pretty one-to-one. So yeah, without a further ado, how do you get a model in here? So a lot of people kind of worry about how to do that, and the easiest way is to literally go into your folders, drag and drop, and that's it. That's all you do. And then it will load everything up. It'll get all the parts, all the pieces that you have. Do not worry about how it looks. This is something that you probably did in the modeling phase. It's okay. We're gonna go over how all of the different things work in here. So we are not gonna go over parameters. I know how scary it looks. We're gonna be going over parameters later. What? Warlock, stop using. Oh my gosh. We are gonna be going over parameters next time. This is very weird looking. Yeah. Yeah. I summon a pendulum dragon. Oh my gosh. Anyways, let me just check on something. Okay. I just wanted to make sure. So, you know, you have all your separations that you've done. It's okay. I'm just like, what the heck is all this writing? Very, very Yu-Gi-Oh mood. Oh my gosh. I had that. Thank you. Yeah, but without further ado, we're not going to be going over parameters. So if you've come here for parameters, that'll be another day. And George gets a head pat team. And we will go over expressions. This folder here, we'll be going over that later. There's plenty of things in here with parameters that looks very scary, but parameters is actually very, very, very simple. I think the hardest things are other stuff. But anyways, let's talk about what's going on here. How is this all set up? So over here, deformer, this little deformer tab, this will hold all of your different, this is every single piece. Yeah, look at all them pieces. Look at every single piece here. There's a lot of pieces of different things. These are all the separated up pieces that you have of everything. And there's a lot of pieces. I'm gonna be honest, it looks like a lot, but you honestly, you don't have to worry about much when it comes to things. So let's see. Some of the stuff is not named. I would say please name your stuff, because if you pass this off to another rigger and they look at this, they're gonna be like, what the fuck is all this? Over here is all your folders. So however you've separated up all the folders and stuff with whatever Photoshop that you used, Photoshop, Clip Studio, Paint, Toolsci, whatever it is that you used. I would say as long as you keep them all in your folders, the deformer will not need to come into play until we're going to be going over actual deformers, but we'll get there. I'm just trying to show you all the navigation. Up here, it tells you the different model. So model is what we're basically using. Animation, that's when we're going to go and animate something. This model does not have animation. It will not have animated things on it, so we will not go over that. There are plenty of other great tutorials that teach you really good animation stuff, and most of it pretty easy, pretty basic, pretty simple. Shows you how to even hook it up. It is great. I literally followed like a 5-minute tutorial and I understood it completely. But that's because I know Live2D. So if you want to do anything with animation, I would say start with me and then go and experiment. I don't know what form animation is, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't think anybody touches it, so I wouldn't touch it either. And then I already explained parameters, and this is your working area. Pretty much all the ways of how you move around in most art programs. Hold down space, you can move around, scroll wheel, or I think control, that doesn't do anything. So control does not do anything. So scrolling in and out will zoom in, zoom out, or you have like, you have a little zoom in, zoom out here, down here if you need it. And then you might be wondering what the heck is up here. So these are all different things. So this makes only your, this will say you do not want to see any deformers. So that will turn off the visibility of deformers. Okay. And this will turn off certain visibility of different things. This just turns off different visibility of things. Oh yeah, here's a grid. That's if you need a grid. If you're doing pixel art, well, here you go, you got a grid. Solo is just literally you click on something and then you want to solo that. So this is soloing it. This is the next shade, by the way. That's why it looks really weird. But yeah. And yeah, that's, I think, about it when it comes down to things. So tool stuff will come in handy when we're going into a few other things. Inspector. This is kind of important in a few different ways. It tells you what the deformer it is under. So it's saying like, so we'll go into what a deformer is really quickly. So this is the next shade. Let's say I want to move the next shade. Well, I go up here and this is the deformer tool, and this will create a deformer, and then I create a deformer, and then this deformer, instead of saying root, it'll be whatever I named the deformer. So let's make a deformer. So let's call this neck, and then create. And now, as you can see, this, okay, well, it's because I haven't done art mesh on it, so that's why it's not working. But this neck shade will be put under neck. So it won't say root anymore, it'll be under neck. We're gonna delete that, we don't need it. So, what are the first things that you do when you get a model in here? You are gonna be going and using this little bracket area. We're also going to be going over edit layer, what edit level is as well, because it can be a little confusing, especially when you're working. Sometimes it changes edit level for some odd reason, and I don't know why that doesn't. But you're going to be in here. So you're going to select the entirety of your mesh. I do use the auto mesh generator, but there's always a but. Some people like to go in and make their own meshes. I'm going to show you how to do that really quick. I'm going to use, you know what? Let's do the hairline. Let's do the hairline. So if you want to make your own mesh, that's your own art mesh. This is edit manually. It will solo everything out, which is great. You're going to go over here. There's plenty of tools that you can use. Of course, you can always use the auto. But what does each of these, this is just selecting. This is a lasso to select an area. This is to add a point. So let's say I want to add a point there. I don't really want to add a point there, but this just adds a point. And then it tells you, hey, you need to add a point here, here, and here in order to make it a complete thing. This is a stroke mesh. So you go around here and you just go around the area, you just brush it in. Doesn't have to be perfect. We can edit it later. Everything is okay. You can always edit it later. And see, you can move the mesh. And there you go. You got mesh. You got a mesh outline. Let's say you got a mesh outline mainly of this entire thing. You're still gonna have to connect these, of course. So that is the mesh. There you go, you got a mesh. Of course, we're gonna undo that because the way I do it, The other thing is with all of these different things, this one is pretty also simple. It'll just add really quickly. You want to create a lot, let's say you want to create like a lot of mesh. By the way, the more of these little triangles. Oh, thank you for the follow, Melon. Okay, thank you. Welcome in, and welcome into the little storms we are currently doing and working on explaining all of Live2D currently. So, welcome to the storms. Chillax, relax, and enjoy the chaos while we're trying to explain this all. So, this tool is kind of great if you want to create a lot more tessellation, and tessellation just is all these little triangles. This is a triangle, it's a tessellation. The more tessellation you have, the smoother and maybe not as deformed will the art mesh, or will the image become, because you're messing around with an image. So if you want it to be very smooth, I would say the places that you need the most tessellation on is going to be mainly around in the face, and especially the eyes is going to need the most amount of tessellation. And also the mouth. The mouth will definitely as well need really nice tessellation. And we are going to be probably doing that tessellation by hand, and I will go over how you draw all the different stuff to be able to make sure that it's all nice and clean for you to understand. So we're gonna undo all this. By the way, it is very easy to just do Control-Z and undo everything, which is absolutely freaking great. By the way, I was trained to do 3D art and do 3D models and rigging, and I'm gonna be honest, Live2D is very, very forgiving for a beginner. It is very, very, very forgiving. So if you mess up, it's okay. Even I do. I've messed up on plenty of my own models before. So even with this model, I've messed up a few times on it. And it's okay to step back, take a break, and come back to it, and you'll be fine. So that is that. Erase just erases any points. We're not going to do that. This will just subtract any division, and we already went over everything else. Okay, so I'm just going to do the quick old dirty. There's a big controversy in the rigging community, I will say, of whether you use auto mesh or not. I'm going to be honest. Auto mesh is okay to use as long as you understand all of the parameters. You can put different parameters on it, and I will show you the settings I use when I'm doing auto mesh. So we're gonna select all of the different pieces. So this selects every single piece. As you can see, every single thing is highlighted. The only things that are not highlighted is the expressions, but I will do that later. So I will do that on my own time. I don't want to do everything on here because it'll be long and tiring. So we're going to click on auto generating. So auto generating a mesh. What does it do? What does all these numbers mean? What does vertices spacing per pixel mean, right? The only two numbers. We're going to put little, yeah, it's going to look weird. It's gonna look crazy. Don't worry. It's okay. We're gonna fix all of this. It looks very intense. And I'm gonna preface this. If you do not have a very beefy computer, please use little and then go in and clean up the mesh that you need to clean up. That's what we're gonna do. It's just easier. You can go in and you can add more tessellation. You can fix tessellation where you think it needs to be fixed. But because we're going to be going kind of down and dirty with this, this is just how I do it. And trust me, it works, okay? It works very well. So, boundary margin just means how far away from the actual mesh itself can this outline be. Minimum boundary margin, I usually put this a little bit, I usually put this, I think, higher, if I remember. Yes, I do put it higher. So this just means that you're gonna get a smoother line on the outside. I'd put that maybe up to about 15. So this will create a nice outline area for you, which is great. Then memory points on the boundary. This we're gonna add in. We're gonna add that in. And then this one, minimum boundary margin, we're gonna take that down a little bit just to get it a little bit closer, so that then we have this double protection kind of going on. And we're gonna add a little bit of tessellation in here to each individual mesh. And yeah, it looks insane right now. I'm gonna be honest, it looks pretty weird, insane tessellation. But as you can see, when we go down here to like the legs and stuff, you have this nice little boundary line right here. And a lot of people think that you cannot achieve this through auto mesh. Yes, you can, as long as you understand boundary margin and minimum boundary margin, and just only change these two things. Do not touch anything else, or else you might end up fucking up the mesh a little bit. Or you might mainly fuck up the art. Because if your boundary margin is a little too, like it cuts into here, you're gonna lose this little piece of the art. So you don't want to do that. You want to make sure there's a nice space. And we are going to go in and add some more tessellation just in between here, just so it doesn't deform the outer edges. We don't really care about the inner edges. Those will be protected very nicely. And we're gonna, this is all okayed, this is all done, so now we can click off. There is some weird stuff going on over here. I don't know what it is. Oh, I know what it is. Alright. So that is that. So that's what AutoMesh does. It's very great, it's very clean, it's very easy. Now, because we have all of this done technically, you could do this now or you could do this later. This is the texture atlas. If you've ever done 3D work before, you would know this as what's the best way to know it as? This is basically your UV map. If you've ever done 3D work before, this is your UV map. So we're gonna go over here to the texture atlas. We're gonna call it male art, because then we're doing me, it's male me. So we're gonna just call it male art. Just, you can call it whatever you want technically. You can have several sets of texture atlases in one. I'm gonna preface, that's how a lot of people usually do like hair changes or outfit changes, but I'm gonna be honest, I usually have them as separate models because some of the outfits are a little crazy, so each model can sometimes be a little much. So like my regular casual outfit that I will be re-debuting in May with, so that's my full body rig, by the way, along with another outfit that'll also have its own full body rig. Those are two different rigs, but the reason being is just because one, my computer cannot handle it of doing multiple art mesh sets on top of each other, but depending on what you want to do, you could technically do it. Just be mindful of the technology and what your computer can do, because LIVE2D can do a lot, but be careful with how your computer can handle it. I always put mine at like a really high pixel density, 4K is like the highest. You could do more, but honestly 4K is like the best recommendation that I can give to you. As a 3D artist as well, we always use 4K because that gives you the most cleanest, crispest art that you can. And we're gonna just say it, we're just gonna say okay. It will not do, yeah, these are all the expressions. It will not do this. That's okay. Just clock your PC. Overclock your PC easy. Yeah, we don't want to overclock our PC. Oop. No, that's not what I wanted to do. What I wanted to do was this. Okay. We want these to take up, just like with UV mapping, you want it the mesh or these to take up as much of the real estate as possible. So yeah. Oh my gosh. Crushed seating, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the storms. Please enjoy the chaos. But yeah, so we are going to be going over exactly. All right. So now that, so the only reason that we have to do this is because this is going, we're going to have to, when you're exporting it out to go into whatever program that you're going to be using in order to capture everything, you're going to need this because it's going to use this basically. And everything's going to be nice and separated, right? Okay, make sure your shit is separated. Actually, the great thing is we have something that isn't separated, which is great. I'm gonna tell you that's a good thing because we are gonna go over how to, if something is not right, we're gonna go over how you can re-import a model even though that you already have rigging and stuff on it. So this is gonna be great for when we cover that. Because you can do that, and a lot of people do not cover it, but you can do it. So we're gonna go over that, which is great. And I also realized I forgot that the shade was not turned on here, so I'm gonna quickly get that going. So this has shade on it, and I forgot that this needs to be auto added as well. So we're gonna go and do deformity little, and again we're gonna just do the same numbers that we did for everything else. Again, creating a nice area around, which is great. We got to get that nice, yeah, I like to call this the buffer. In 3D rigging, we call this a bevel. It's basically beveled, but it's not really an actual bevel. It's more of, this is a protective zone that will protect the mesh from getting too fucked up, which is good. So yeah, and now the great thing is that clicking on this, we can say add texture. Oh wait, not this. We can click on this and place objects to texture atlas. And then we can do automatic layout. And we can do okay. And this will reset this, but it's okay because we can reselect this, bring it back to what we wanted it to be, and say okay. Now you can mess around with the texture atlas and put everything where you want to put it. Honestly, it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. In 3D it matters, but in this it doesn't. So if you're doing 3D work, it will, but it doesn't matter in here. So we got all this weird stuff going on. What do? Also, this lighting is not right. How do we change this? How do we do all of this stuff? Very, very, very simple. Oh, okay. So, the only reason that this lighting is not correct is because if you look in here, it is not on additive. And then you just, sometimes you do have to color match, sometimes it will not be completely one-to-one. If it's in Photoshop, it'll be one-to-one. But because I used Clip Studio and then exported it out as a Photoshop, there's gonna be these bugs or these small little things or problems with it, so it's okay. It's very easy to just go into the inspector and kind of go in and change it to what it needs to be. And then you just kind of turn it down to how much brightness you wanted it to be at. So I wanted it to be about that bright. Perfect, fine, all good. We're all back and normal. Just look around at your model, make sure that everything is a-okay. Yeah, these I had them be one, it's okay. You know, just... Now, of course, if you do want to change anything with your model, if you want to make a real big drastic change with your model, I would say stop here and maybe not continue on any further and just go and fix whatever you want to do with your model and then come back and basically do everything that we've done already. Because once we're starting to go further into this, we're gonna start to go into territory of basically we're gonna go into the territory of there's kind of no changing the model from this point. So if you're gonna be making any drastic changes, now if you're gonna make small changes, so what I mean by small changes is, like, let's say that you want to just slightly change the texture on something, that's okay. There's a way to re-import something. So let me just show you really quickly how to do this. Oh my gosh, why? Yeah, so there is a search and replace option. So that's if you save it out, you can do a search and replace. So we'll search and replace it. There is another way, but I just literally forgot how it's done. But don't worry, I will remember it and we will be going over it when I have to fix one of the expressions, because I forgot on here. I forgot on here to separate these. So here, if I turn on expressions, these are together, but I want them to be separated. So we will go over how to re-import that part of the mesh, which is great. And we'll be doing it like later on when you have like a bunch of stuff done. It's like, oh no, I forgot to do this one thing. Okay. Now then, we're gonna go and click on here, and where is this? So this is shade that is part of the head. So this is part of the head. This is part of the head shade. So we want this shade to only be inside of the head. So clipping masks do exist in here. It is very simple. All you're gonna go is like, you want it, where do you want this to be clipped? So we want it to be clipped to the head. We want this shade to be clipped to the head. So you're gonna go to the head. You're gonna look for the ID, not the name, the ID. You're gonna copy this, go over here, and you're gonna see clipping ID right under the root. And you're gonna just paste the ID, press enter. There you go. And now it is clipped. It is now clipped to there. So if I move this mesh, it will only be inside of the face, which is great. It'll only be in here. Now, this is the neck shade, so we're gonna go down to neck, because we only want it to be on the neck. And we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna copy this idea. We're gonna go to neck shade, boop, clipped. And there you go. Now it's not looking all weird. And you basically go around and do that to everything that you need clipped. So we're gonna go in here. These teeth. So the teeth, both teeth need to be clipped to the mouth. So we're gonna click on the mouth. We're gonna clip it here. And now these will no longer move outside the boundaries of the mouth, which is good. And then what we need to do in here is we need to go into these eyes. So this is one thing. All of these parts of the eye have to be clipped to the to this sclera, or this iris. But the eye needs to be clipped to the sclera. This is gonna get a little complicated, okay? So all of this, we're gonna copy this, and all of this, and you can select multiple objects at once to be able to be clipped to one area. Then this needs to be clipped to here. So we're gonna click on the sclera, gonna copy again. Now you can change all of these art mesh names. You can go in and personalize it to whatever you want to, which is a-okay. But now as you can see, don't worry, it's okay that nothing is moving, but now the eye will, that's weird. Okay, we may need to fix some things with this particular mesh. Really quickly, we're gonna fix it. Oh my god, Abby, thank you for the save. I actually do need to save this. And actually I will explain how you can save it. Abby, thank you, I haven't saved. So I usually have a folder for all of my Live2D stuff, and I usually have every model every rig is all saved to different things, and you can just say save. Thank you. I didn't save. By the way, every time that you do a save, or like you save something new, it will pop up saying, here, it's right here if you ever need it, which is great. But hello, Ebby. How are you doing today? Stopping by for the Live2D crash course. I will. Nice. Yeah. I'm very organized. I like to be super organized. I see you a real one. I am. Don't save. I'm not. I try to save, but I'm like focused on other things. I'm actually focused on some personal. Oh my gosh, there's some things I could probably talk about, but I'm trying to like. So anyways, with this one, we're gonna edit this mesh. Don't worry, it's okay. We're just trying to stop it from being beyond the eyelid. We don't want that. So yeah, we're basically gonna do the same thing as we did to the other side. By the way, if you want your model to blink or be able to blink like this, you're gonna have to do rigging per eye. Each eye needs to be rigged. I know, it's terrible, but don't worry, it's okay. I save once I finish. Hey, yo, Abby, what the heck? No, you don't know. You don't do that. That's criminal. That's a criminal offense. That should be criminal. Abby out here committing war crimes. Oh, you're awful, Abby. Yeah, I have that saved there for a reason. Or just rig one eye and clone it. Nah, I'm a true Chad. I the Giga Chad. I rig both eyes. We don't duplicate shit here. No, you do both. That's what I do. None of this duplicate. Bit of goober. Oh my gosh. Yeah. But anyways, we're going over clipping masks right now. Alright, I only want this to be clipped. Now this is... I'm too lazy for that. Hey, he admits it. No, I'm joking. Yeah, I got a lot on my mind recently. I'm gonna actually, you know what? I'm gonna break up a little bit of the lecture conversation to talk about this. So fair. I love clipping masks. Yeah, I'm just wondering where to clip this shade, and I want it to be clipped around the entirety of the body, but I don't think I can do multiple clipping IDs. Yeah, we'll just do it. We'll just do regular ways. So I'm gonna click on torso because torso is probably gonna be the main area that it will be on. Why is it called skin? You know what? Who cares? Who cares anymore? I don't. This is called part F. Yeah, just separate with a oh, wait, you can? Oh my god. Abby, you just saved my freaking life. Oh, I hate that I have to go and do that. Oh god, no, stop. That is not what I want to do. Oh my god, Evie! Evie out here being the true Chad! Oh my goodness! I did not know you could do this! But to be fair and honest, I think it was pretty self-explanatory that you probably could. Yeah. So we're gonna do that to... where's the other arm? Here we go. What is this called? How did this end up with the ID clothing? What the heck? That's hilarious. Alright. That should work. So that will make it so that there's shade. There's a shading under there. Which is great. Because we advanced here. I've spent too long rigging considering I have only made 3. Do you know? Okay, I'm gonna be honest. Do you want to know how many rigs I have made? I have made. Here, wait, hold on. Let me count. 1, 2. I made 2 chibis. This one is included in those 2. I have made 1, 2, 3, 4. I have made 7 rigs. Completed rigs. And I did not know this. See, you can always teach an old dog new tricks. Even if the dog is brand new. I did not know you could do that. Well, that's actually going to be really helpful in another thing that I actually have, so thanks. That's going to be helpful for another model down the road. Fair, I spent too long on my models since I name every... Oh my... What? Spend a bunch of time! Gee! I just used the auto mesh! Look how clean my auto meshes are! Look how Yeah, I said that we were gonna fix the mouth on here, right? So we're gonna go in and do that right now. Oh my gosh, Ebby. 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 Auto mesh isn't good enough. Plus it causes a couple bugs. It causes bugs for you? I've never had a bug with auto mesh. That's weird. Yeah, I've never had many bugs when it comes to auto mesh. But yeah, you know what? To each their own. I like using auto mesh because I don't want to spend hours. I'm gonna be honest. I was taught as a professional to be quick and efficient, and auto mesh is quick and efficient to me, so. Now, it doesn't mean it's great. Like, see, I'm going in and fixing areas that probably need to be fixed. But yeah. But this is just going in and fixing anything that needs to be fixed. And definitely will lead to cleaner things, so. See, Abby, I'm clean. Look how clean that is. It's so clean. He's gonna rate me. Yeah, I use auto mesh only for things that I don't need to move more. Anything that needs to be wrapped, I do by hand. Yeah, like I do auto, but then I go in and I fix it. So I just fix what needs to be fixed. Especially mouth. Oh my gosh, mouth. You look at the mouth. Like seriously, this needs to be fixed. Like you can't tell me that this can't be that this shouldn't be fixed. Plus the symmetry tool saves me so much. Oh yeah, I forgot that there's a symmetry tool. Oh, that's not the symmetry. Is that? Yeah, no, that just flips the canvas for me. Yeah, I don't know. I've never used the symmetry tool. You know, I'm starting to think that everybody that's following is just a fucking bot. I think it's a minor edit, I think. Yeah. I'm starting to think that everybody that's following is just a fucking bot, considering the names of all these people. I just have no freaking idea. Cause like, why? Alright, I'm gonna start making a list on the side of every single bot. Let's do that. Yeah, I'm gonna probably ban all these people. Alright, we got. Let me grab it. And let me go to the first. Where is it? Yeah, I'm gonna be checking every. I'm gonna probably stalk some people. Just because. I don't know. I don't know. It's just weird to be getting like so many follows and I haven't been doing much. Unless they are real people, then it's like, oh, okay, cool. Okay. At least I have it where it starts. Okay, now I'm starting to really think that these are probably just freaking bots. Like, what are these names? I'm sorry. And then I look over at like, yeah, I think they're bots. The reason I think that is because none of these people are in the viewer thing. So unfortunately my mod is not here, so I'm just gonna probably send this to him and be like, hey, can you ban these people because I think they're bots. So hold on, I'm so sorry to be dealing with this in the recording, but hey, welcome to the area of like, this is just how it is. And because like I get follows every now and then, but this is like way too weirdly consistent. Like, and just the names. And they all have like an oh, that's just how the command is. Hold on. Hold on, let me actually message my mod. Sorry to be doing this like right in the middle of the stream. I do not want to do this, but sometimes this just happens and you have to figure a way to deal with it. Cause like it's way too consistent. It's way too weirdly consistent. Now, of course, if these people are all actually real, then it's like... Here, let me just send them. Like, some of them look realistic, so I'm like, I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but it's just like, it's weird to be getting, like, several follows in, like, one thing. I'm just not used to it. That's why I'm thinking it's bots. Now, of course, if I ban them and then they get, like, they send an unban request or something like that, then I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, I'll unban you, don't worry about it. It's just, it's just, oh shit, I didn't mean to do that. You got follow-bot it? I don't know. There's some weird names just popping up, and I'm just not used to a bunch of follows in one sitting. That's why I'm just like weird about it. But it's not like a follow botting, because it's like, it's just weird. I don't know. I just do not get that many follows. I get like maybe 1 or 2 follows every now and then, and that's about it. So it's weird to just be getting consistent follows here. Yeah, I sent you the name. Weird. Yeah, I don't know, because it's only like those people, and it's like, it's not like all the time. It like happens every now and then, so maybe they're just stopping by and they're like, hey, you seem pretty cool, and it's like, okay, cool. I don't know. I don't know if they're really not. No, I don't know. I just don't get like very consistent, very consistent followers. So yeah, if it were follow bots, it would be in groups of like 10. Oh, okay. So then they're okay. All right, cool. So I don't know. I don't know anything. This has thrown me off my game a little bit. I'm so sorry. Oh my goodness. Yeah. It's pen? What do you mean pending bots? What do you mean pending bots? I'm confused. Also, blew my last 30. Pulled ass. Oh no! Ah, the sad truth of pulling cards. The sad, unwavering truth of pulling cards. Sometimes you'll not get what you need. Might add a tessellation right there. So we're gonna just continuously do this. Just cleaning these up. Just cleaning up areas. I know it's very, boring. Can't agree. Seems pretty boring to do this, but honestly, in the long run, it's gonna help. And again, it's mainly always in the face. It'll only really be in the face that you really have to do this cleanup. And then I always just make it a little bit closer. I pulled more foils, but they're aw. Sag. Big sag. So are we gonna ban the bots? Nick. Oh shit, that is like Hmm. No, that's not what I want. Yeah, I'd say you don't need to give reasons. We already know what the reasons are. I forgot I did a bottom lid on this. I don't think I did. I did. I'm smart. I'm smart. I am smarts. We're gonna fix the lid as well. Wanna feed my... Oh my gosh, what is... He's gonna do something stupid. Oh my god, this is how it always is. But anyways, so yeah, we're gonna just be cleaning up stuff. This is like the boring, this is not boring stuff. I know, it's so boring. No one wants to do this. Trust me, I understand. Oh. We cannot do that. This only does it in here. There we go. Oh no, I'm getting back into Magic the Gathering. Yeah, I know. I know you are. Oh. And I don't think it's a good idea. Because feed my addiction. No! No! I'm not feeding your addiction! I'm not gonna feed your addiction. No one feed his addiction. He's gonna get worse. No one listen to him. No! Drunken, no! I'm not doing it! I am not feeding his addiction, Drunken. But anyways, so... No! 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 Oh my gosh. Drunken, if you want to feed his addiction, go and do it for him. Watch Drunken just buys everything off your throne. Don't you? I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm so joking. Oh my god. No. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yes. But anyways, so oh my god, no. Okay, hold on, let me just... So, I actually have some things to talk about. So, don't... Oh my gosh. Wow. Wow. Just... Wow. Why? Why is it? Why? I'm gonna have to use like a help call in order to be like, yeah, I just call up like the addiction health line. It's like, yeah, so my boyfriend started getting back, you know, like a nerdy helpline. It's like, yeah, so my boyfriend got back into Magic the Gathering, and it's like, oh, don't worry, we deal with lots of people that deal with that addiction. Addiction is serious, but oh, like, I'm gonna be honest, like, you know, collecting stuff is fun, but at some point it becomes an addiction. That's when you need to confront it. Too bad. Nah. What do you mean, nah? Oh my gosh. Do you all see what I must deal with? I can't stop when I want to. Yeah, that's what they all say. That's what they all say. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. What? Okay. Why are you targeting me, you stupid bots? Why me? I have done nothing. I have done nothing to ye. I'm gonna be honest, why is it that whenever freaking there's bots and stuff, somehow they always find me? I hate it. I'm actually gonna... I'm always... I don't know why. I feel like it's like, oh yeah, I'm getting followers, and it's like, nah, I think them are bots. There's only one bot that was ever allowed in my chat, but that's just because their name was bot. They were a person, though, but it was funny. Apparently they got banned in other people's chats because their name was bot, so they had to change it. And I was like, aw, that kind of sad, but at the same time, you know, kind of makes sense because when I usually am working on fixing any meshes, I usually just work on the top lid, the bottom lid, the brow. Basically, mainly the only parts that I actually redo the mesh on is only in like yeah, the only parts that I do it is I only mainly do it in... I'm going to debut as a bot VTuber and go into everyone's chat. Oh my god, Drunken. Yeah, you're just called Drunken Bot. That's what your new name is gonna be, just Drunken Bot. Oh yeah, isn't yeah, there is a bot VTuber, isn't there? Oh no, there's an AI VTuber. They're now doing collabs. I'm like, what the heck? Have you? Oh my gosh, some of the stuff that goes on, I'm just like, oh my gosh. Mother version 3. No, they're an actual like AI that was created by somebody because they were just like, I'm just gonna create this I'm just gonna create this, and it's like, it's weird. It says some of the dumbest stuff. How bar is art? 13% bot? Yes. I should be. Oh my gosh. Should definitely be 13%. I would be concerned if it said, if it was high. Why is Drunken's higher? That is my concern. Was the first one I collabed with Fillion? Oh, it is that bot. I thought their bot's name is like, I thought the name is something, it was something else. And now I gotta do the other eye. Yes. Oh my. Oh yeah, let me do the yeah, I gotta redo this. Ooh. Not what I meant to do. And one right here. There we go. And I just gotta move all these down. And then put another little barrier around it. But yeah, that bot's funny. I'm gonna be honest, that's probably the only bot that I would ever tolerate in my... That's the second bot I'd ever tolerate in my chat. That bot can stay around for as long as it wants. There you go. Hey! Well, at least it's 2%. See? See? It's 2%. I ain't bot phobic. Only to the ones that are gonna be... to the bots that are used for really bad things, they can get out of my chat. But for the good bots that stay around, you're good. You could chill. Yeah, I need to get, there's actually another bot I need to get called Siri bot in order to ban a lot of bots. So I don't get, have to deal with that. With this situation anymore. Top. I'm gonna get a bot program to replace me and see how long it takes people. I mean... Yeah, I don't know if anyone would really notice Drunken. Unless it starts spewing some weird stuff. Drunken is probably rich enough to pull it off. Yeah. Honestly, probably. Probably. I speak. I speak weird stuff. It's just me. It's me just saying, oh my god. What? Talking about to seize the time and choose a random phrase to say. Oh my god, yes. Just like what random phrase is the bot going to say today? Oh my gosh. I like how we're actually convincing Drunken. Just like, yeah, Drunken, you can totally do it. This is how we create anarchy. just this. This is true anarchy. Oh my gosh. Why are they choosing me? Whoever is creating these damn bots, why are you choosing me? I'm gonna make a startup where Drunken invites invests oh my gosh. You gotta stretch the back. Each one will make a price. Oh my gosh. No. There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I do hate cleaning up mesh, but it's gotta be done. And because this ain't gonna move a lot, I'm not gonna put that much tessellation on it, honestly. There we go. And now we basically have to do whatever we did to here over on this other side, which is annoying. But so very simple, very easy to do any and all of this. And then we'll start going into kind of parameters and what to move and what deformers are, and also talk a little bit about this area and maybe a little bit about this area as well. What's this? Oh. Yeah, I never use that. Crack in the back again. Crack. I'm gonna go down like. Do. I do a monkey paw animation. Ayo. A monkey paw animation. Pulling out the big guns for that. That'd be cool. Oh yeah, speaking about like other things, because I wanna talk about like some other stuff. No, that one. So I kind of work, but I think I might be quitting that work. More of it's work experience, and the experience has not been pleasant. I'm on Fiverr looking for age, and someone has a listing titled "Create an AI chatbot your grandparents will believe is human." Oh my god! You know, there's a reason I'm not on Fiverr. Same. Our boss is kind of shit. Yeah. We've been working, like, our boss, like, will give us a task, and then we finish it and send it to him, and then never hear a peep from him for months. Like, months, I'm talking about. Like, super long time where we just don't hear anything from him at all. I actually have to message him later today, and I'm basically gonna say, like, he's like, oh, I got like one task for you guys to do. And I'm gonna be honest, I kind of don't even want to do that next task. He ghosts us harder than Ray. Yeah. Gotta be honest. But I'm gonna be truly honest. I kind of don't want to do anything more for him, and I kind of just want to leave right now. The great thing is that I'm not working for him, so I'm not even an employee at his company. I can literally just say, hey, I don't want to do this anymore. And he can't really do anything about it. I hate when people don't respond to work. My hiring manager takes weeks to reply, if at all. Oh my god, yeah. I hate it. I honestly do. And even like because I'm now gonna be doing LIVE2D rigs, you know, like I'm gonna become more of a LIVE2D artist and do rigs and stuff like that, which by the way, I actually do have commission LIVE2D rig commissions open right now. Shameless plug. But yeah, that's why I'm doing this, is like I actually do have LIVE2D rigs open. And at least the chibi, only chibi right now. Eventually I'll be opening it up for full body rig. I'll be doing half body and full body. So half body just means from like about, you know, the torso up. So if you don't want a full body rig, we can do that. Because some people don't want to have a full body, they just want to have like from torso up, which is fine. Okay, there's the brow. Yeah. But yeah, but this guy does not reply for months. Months. I literally sent him a thing that he had to fill out and sign in like early January. We met, Jose messaged him today. It is March and he still hasn't done that stuff. Big Bet, you want a commission for the you want the commission for the AI chatbot? No, I don't need an AI chatbot. I actually currently have one, which is George. I don't need more. But yeah, this guy is like not great at getting back, and he's like, oh yeah, but can you guys do one more task for me? And I'm just like, at this point, I'm gonna be honest, I may say, like, Jose told me that you have one more task, but I'm gonna be honest with him. I'm gonna just say I don't want to do it. My passion and how I want to continue going on with this project, like, I'm leaving the project because of his inconsistency. And I'm a person that likes to be very consistent, and like, you know, I send him something and like he's like, okay, cool, and then doesn't message me for months. Not for that. Hey, hi, I'm going to make them bigger than oh my god, you want to be bigger than Neuro-sama? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, coughs. Oh, so many coughs. You become bigger than Neuro-sama, I'm gonna applaud you. I'm gonna applaud you big time for that. And I need to do this, and then I'll need to do the top and the bottom, and I need to do this one. Once we're literally finished with this, I might start going in and doing. To be honest, I might just start rigging the body, and we'll go into face later. Because honestly, the easier part is body and then face. So there's a lot of things that we have to go over with the face in particular, especially all the head movements. So we might get into parameters today, which is going to be great. And of course, mainly the reason is to explain deformities and how deformities work, and how quote the hierarchy system works within deformities. So we'll be definitely going over that next. But we're just gonna keep cleaning up, keep fixing things, keep cleaning things up that need to be cleaned up. But yeah, the main part of all this cleanup is to help you later on. Because the cleaner your mesh is, the more you will thank yourself later. Now, you know, the model I'm currently using, I mainly used auto mesh, and as you can tell, like, you know, see, auto mesh does not do a bad job with certain things. Now, I'm gonna preface this. I am never touching the mesh on the hair, but it's because I discovered a new way of how you can animate the hair that is just, oh my god, can you please stop making new stuff? There. But I found a new way to animate hair, and honestly, it works for anything if you want. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. This way that I found out, you don't even have to clean your mesh if you don't want to. I'm gonna be honest, you kind of don't, but at the same time, you probably need to. Especially for these small, minute details. You're definitely going to need to change it. And the reason being is because we're going to use this path tool, and the better, you know, the better this is deformed, this has good deformity, the easier it will be. And I can tell just by using this needs more deformity. It needs more deformity in here. We're gonna do this. Oh my gosh, what the heck? Hey, that actually works. Holy shit, I just clicked a button. Heck. Oh my gosh. That makes it so much easier. I can just click this and then say that's a lot of division still. I think this one will be fine, but hey, that actually divided it up pretty nicely. Because then if I click on here and I do this, and then I just mess with it. Oh my gosh, it's so much smoother. I'm gonna undo that. I have no idea what well, we found something new. We learn new tricks here. Again, experimentation. Experimentation is good. It's good, people. It's always good to experiment. Because you never know what's gonna end up happening when you're making stuff. Tricks are for kids. Oh my gosh. Hey, I might be old, but you can teach me new tricks. You know, I'm gonna be honest, like I wonder how old my chat thinks I am. Emailed him my form. Okay. I honestly 23, 24. Close. No, sure. No, you're actually right. Some people think I'm older. Oh my god, I'm not 47! Oh my god. What the heck? No! You know the meme, what is going on in the House of Commerce? I feel that meme right now. I feel that meme so hard right now. Cause what is going on? I'm so confused. I do not think that my dog counts as a child. But I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I feel like everyone's gonna be calling me, I feel like a lot of people are gonna be calling me mommy when I fully have my re-debut. Crib robber. Hush. Hush. Hush, my children. Hush.
touch, my dear children. Do not fret.
I don't know why. I just... Oh my god, stop! I am not a crib robber. It lies, my children, it lies. I don't know why my gremlin voice came out. For those that do not know, I actually have an actual gremlin voice, and every once in a while I pull it out. I wonder how many people are just scared off with that. It's like, what the fuck? Oh my god! Holy shit! No! Not the mega yippee! Oh my goodness! Holy shit! Oh my boobs! Oh my god! Ah! Ah! Oh my god! Oh my goodness! That was I was not prepared for that mega yippee. Holy shit. Anyways. Let's actually start working on some of the body and working on deformers and talking about some stuff. Okay, let me just remove the jacket really quickly. There you go. Also, I just want to preface this. I did not mean to make myself this jacked. I just kept going and I didn't know how to stop. I did not mean for myself to be this fucking jacked. It just turned out this way. I just kept going. Oh my god. Yeah, but and then I realized I'm like, you know, my face makes me look like, you know, just a sweet, calm, innocent, feminine looking boy, and then my fucking body is just like jacked as shit. I love the duality. The great thing about live 2D rigging, or just rigging in general and making your own model, is that you can make your model look however you fucking want, and I love that. And trust me, I have plenty of cursed models in mind for what I can do, and they're all funny. That's the beauty. That is the beauty of live 2D. That you can make your model look however you want. Reverse. Oh, I am! I totally am! You know what? I made the joke that now, because I'm gonna have a male model, every time that that VTubers post up, "Hey yo, male VTuber models, I want, where you at?" I'm just gonna do the joke of like, I'm just gonna scooch in. I'm just gonna scooch in right here. As a joke. I'm not gonna do like a whole lot. I'll do every once in a while, just as a joke, you know, just as a funny little meme joke, because I think it's funny. The other funny thing that I want to do, because there's sometimes some male VTubers that do like only male VTuber collabs, so it's like only male VTubers in the entirety collab, and I'm just gonna be like, shh, I'm gonna scooch in right here. Oh no, why is it? I am not surprised that my stream is being weird. But anyways, without further ado, yeah, let me see what I can. Oh, I don't need this up anymore. Nah, those streamers are only for adult boys. I am the boy! Look at me! I will be the boy! Look, I got hair! By the way, I actually do have a mustache and a beard in real life, so I don't know what you're saying. I'm already part of the boys. Gotta shave that shit, man. I am part of the boys. Don't look at me that way, Drunken. Don't look at me that way. You know I'm part of the boys. Press X to doubt. Shut up. There's no doubt. There should be no doubt in your mind. Hey! What's... Nah! Nah! You guys lie. You guys lie. You lie. You guys just don't want to believe the truth. That I am part of the boys. I've always been part of the boys and you just haven't realized it yet. You just haven't realized that I truly am part of the boys. Nah. Oh, you guys are so delicious. I will say, if anybody like is follows and then they're actually a real person or something like that, just do an unban request and we will unban you. We've just been getting bots, so if we do end up banning you, we are sorry. It is just we have been getting a lot of bot spams. I'm setting up alerts and overlays. Ooh. I don't know why. I'll get the shadow cast. When I'll get the shadow cast. Oh yeah. Now you're gonna be able to stream some awesome games. Stream Scarlet and Violet. Well, you have Scarlet, so. But I added alerts for Ko-Fi Throne and added more sound alerts. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. I don't need much when it comes to the arms, actually. Yeah, that doesn't need much. This I am gonna add a little bit more tessellation to, right here. There's a pretty damn good reason to why I'm gonna add some more right here. Anyways, without further ado, we are now going to be finally going in and diving into some parameters. So, I actually usually separate these up into folders just because it's easier for me to read all this. Because sometimes just having it in a list is very, very taxing. We'll go over like what you need and what you don't need, because there are some things that you really don't need. And then we're gonna do... Now, of course, when you do it in folders, it's there's gonna be a one... Okay. And then... we're gonna work on the body in here. So body X, body Y, body Z, and breath. Breath is a animation. It is a cycled animation. Breath, I honestly do this last, but so we're gonna go over body X, body Y, body Z. First off, like, what do any of these parameters mean? All of these parameters are it's just all the movement for your thing. So my hair has a parameter, my eye blinking is a parameter, my mouth movement is all parameters. It's basically a keyframe. You're keyframing everything, and then it blends, and then it will blend in between them to do all the different forms that you need. So my eyes, all my expressions with my eyes, the movement of my body, X and Y, even like physics will be in a parameter. We'll be going over the physics system later. There is a lot with physics that you can do, and once you understand the basics of physics, you can be able to do whatever you need to do. So I know that right now we're going over kind of, what do all these things do, but now we're going to be kind of going a little bit into the rigging, because we do have the time to be able to kind of go into the rigging and talk about exactly how to rig and what those things do. You will be mainly using this side for the most part when it comes to hierarchy things. So we're gonna use the torso. Torso is like the best base to get aligned where you want everything to turn. Your head will be different, but I'm gonna preface this. I'm gonna say definitely when you're doing your body movement, do the body first. The reason being is because you're gonna do something with your head that will make sure that your head turns with your body, so it doesn't like feel disconnected and stuff like that. Oh my gosh, oh my god. You know, I now have a 1,000 throw, right? Where you can throw 100 things at me. So without further ado, we're gonna do the torso. Oh my gosh. So the first thing is that you cannot, or you should never really move the base mesh. That is where we get into deformers. So you come up here and we're gonna create a deformer. Now, because all the art mesh has been already done. Now, let me preface this. You can go in and fix any of your art mesh at any time, technically. But then what you're gonna have to do is that you're gonna have to probably fix certain things when you're doing other things. I'm gonna do a poll when I stream South Park, but there's four classes: fighter, mage, theft. Wait, oh my, wait, she was a, oh, why is she work? You know what? I'm not surprised that she was a class. So we're gonna call this torso. Yes. I am not surprised. So this will be a parrot. So this will be the main area. We're gonna go over these numbers in a second. So we're gonna create it, and as you can see in the deformer area, it creates torso. Great, we got the torso. Now, so we're gonna change this division number. Depending on the division, come on. I usually like to keep it odd numbers. Depends how much you want to deform it. I honestly think 3 and 3 is usually pretty good, especially for like a big piece like this. And it's not going to be moving a whole lot. Yeah. So this is the torso. Now, you can put other things under the torso. For example, I can put the gym under here because it actually has to move with that. I could also go over to the neck and make the neck be part of that torso deformer as well. The neck will have its own deformer, so that's why I'm not going to put it in here. Depends how you want to. Now this is the part where you flavor your rig however you want. You can do the neck, the torso, and the legs all together if you want to. It depends on how you want to deform it, how you want your model to move. I'm just gonna teach you the basics of how you move your model. That is it. I'm not gonna teach you anything else. This is just how I do it and how I rig it, and this is how I'm going to rig this particular model. But different models call for different ways of how you do it. So there are ones that I do rig the neck, the torso, and the torso all together. There are other ones where I don't. For example, in this example. So smash my head, keeping secrets to yourself. Hey, it just depends how you do it. Now, with the deformer selected, so we're gonna use this deformer. Now, the thing is this is how I do it, but I am actually gonna rename this as Torso X. Okay. So this is Torso X. And the reason being is because I actually do separate the deformers, just because me personally, I've actually had more problems when it's on the same deformer. And but what we're gonna do is 2 ways, and we're gonna see how it ends up. Again, experimentation is a-okay to do. They're experimenting, have fun. Now, the thing is, with deformers, with all deformers, no matter what deformer you have, whether it be a mesh deformer like this, or a rotation deformer, every deformer, no matter what your deformer is, has a maximum of 3 parameters that it can be linked to. That means that this can be linked to body X, body Y, and body Z, or breath, if you want to do it that way. It cannot be linked to any more than that, so it can only be linked to 3 parameters. Keep that in mind when you're creating this stuff, that it can only be linked like that. So sometimes you're gonna have to make another deformer on top of your deformers, which is okay to do. There's a deformer hierarchy, we will go into that. So anyways, so we have, let's do body X, body Y. Okay. So body X, depending on how you want to do it, this is how I do it. Positive will always go in this direction. Negative will always go in this direction. So we're gonna move it positively. I'm gonna move it this way. I do actually physically slightly move it so that you're not just turning your body, you're actually moving your body. So the body's actually moving itself. Now, I will say, I am professionally trained in art, so I kind of know a little bit about how the roundness of the body is, and because of the way of how my art style is, we're going to just move this, get it you know, get it looking to about what you think it should look like for when a body turns around itself. It all depends on how you want it to look. And I'm gonna make this back because this back usually pops out, and then this usually shrinks on the side, and we're gonna shrink it a little bit more. And then this is gonna get wider on the side. And there you go. It's moved. It's moved over. Yeah, so now it looks like it's moving. Anyways, so now we're gonna move it this way, and you know, get it, you know, close enough-ish to what you did on the other side. And be in mind, this is like a 2D. This is a 2D model that you're trying to make look like it's deforming to 3D form. So there's gonna be bumps, there's gonna be hiccups. You can always, I'd say, constantly go back and refresh it, honestly. You're always gonna be constantly tweaking it and working on it. So. There, see it now it kind of looks, like a 3D-ish form. Ta-da! We got it turning. Now, we're gonna do the Y. So, oh yeah, see, this is what it does sometimes. The editing levels is just, we're just keep it on 2, always keep it on 2. So we are gonna move this slightly up. Now, when you're looking up and away, you're going to, everything at the top is gonna start kind of going closer in. Everything's gonna kind of shrink in a little bit. And of course you can make this a little bit bigger. And then this is gonna become wider at the bottom. And I will be honest, you know, depending on how much you want to be able to move, you can do this bigger or you can do it smaller. I mostly keep my Y up, so very small, but my Y X or my negative, I try and make it a little bit, but even still, like, this is noticeable. And then for the X, we're gonna move this down. Now, you don't technically have to move it down, but again, see how that already looks amazing. And again, see, you can go back in here and you can tweak stuff. You can always tweak it. Just make sure never to mess around with the 0, because if you mess around with it and then you forget it, oh, well, you gotta redo it. I will say it's not forgiving in that sort of sense. But now, let's say that we want to link these. Oh, there's some problems happening with the linking. What's going on, eh? See, this is why I do separate it, but I did discover, hold on, exit. I said zero. Okay, so we're gonna zero it out. And there's a new thing that I did learn, and I forgot how to do it. Not skinning. It's not skinning. Or skinning. Oh my gosh. It is... No. It's like smoothing the parameters, but I forget where it is. If you are still in here, Epi, do you remember what it's called? I freaking forgot. It's a way to smooth the deformers, or not smooth them. Yeah, there we go, synchronize corners. I remembered it now. Synchronize corners. So we're gonna synchronize these corners. Yeah, we're only gonna do it on the selected object and say okay. And now look at that. Man, now I don't actually have to do X and Y. So how I normally do it is actually separate it up with X and Y, but now with the synchronized corners, we're going to be able to get that same effect without having to do it. So this is how I normally do it. I do X and then Y, but now with synchronized corners, we don't need to do that anymore. So that makes it super easy, super great. You get all the smoothing that you need, and you don't have to worry about doing anything. Now, the thing is, you can always add more parameters. And a quick, easy way to do it is just go to whatever point that you need to. But there is a new edit keyframe, or this came out a while ago, but this is the easiest way to go, hey, I want a keyframe. I want like keyframes at -5 and 5, just to make it even smoother. Okay, like let's say you want to really make it nice and smooth, and then you go to here and you say that you want this to also be really super smooth, and then you're gonna connect this, and now it's like super smooth, you know, smoother or something like that. Now you could also again go into synchronize corners and then pick. That's a lot of keyframes. Keep that in mind. It's a lot of keyframes. Again, you can go up to here to parameter and synchronize corners. But this only works for corners. So if you're gonna be doing more smoothing and stuff, I personally, unless you know what you're doing and you want to go hardcore with certain parameters, I would say just keep it at its basics. Basic is okay, all right? Basic is okay to do with modeling. So just keep that in mind. It's very okay to do. So we're gonna rename that. All right. Now, what if we have two separate things like this? So we have this arm, we have this arm, we have like parts of the hand, but we want this to kind of all move together but also have separated out parameters. And maybe we want to also put a rotation deformer in there as well, because we want it to, like, you know, swing around or something like that. Now, this arm is not capable of doing a wave or anything like that. This is just a very basic model. So this is very, very basic. If I wanted to do that, I would have to fix a lot of the stuff with the mesh, and honestly, I kind of don't want to. The male model is just like, the male model is just kind of just a fun little experiment. So it's very basic, very rudimentary with what it is. So in this case, for this particular one, we are going to make basically a deformer for every single part of this thing. And the reason to that being is because what if we want to do physics later? Well, good thing we already have deformers on it. And then what we can do is make them children, or a child deformer to an overall parent deformer. And that's very, very simple and easy. So let's just click on this, and we're gonna click on deformer. We're gonna say this is the full, this is basically the forearm. We're just gonna name it and forget it. We're gonna go up here. I'm gonna say upper arm. Please do name everything. It's going to be way more helpful in the long run. We're gonna have this be back fingers, because it's the fingers in the back. And then we're gonna put this as front fingers. Now, some people do separate every finger out, and honestly, you do you. I'm gonna be honest, you do you. If you want to separate out every finger to get really cool, like your fingers wiggling kind of thing, cool, fine, you can do that. We just separate, this is just how I did it when I was separating everything up, so that we can kind of go over how to do that. Okay, what does this? And yeah, so let us save, because we got some stuff done. So now we are going to be moving over into doing the arm and kind of like how we would want to do that. Okay, so now these are all separated up. I am going to take this, I'm going to make it just a regular thing, and I'm going to call it arm left. Move my PNG to OBS, and it takes, let's see. Ooh. Oh. Right. The reason I made this outside is because I just wanted to be able to form it into what I needed to. Now, I could also rotate it. Here. What is with these freaking names? Okay, so you can form the mesh into wherever you want it to be placed. I want it here, and then thank you. And then we are now going to go in here, and we are basically going to parent all of these under arm left. And that's super easy. There you go. Simple, easy. You can literally just go in here, find where arm left. This is why you name everything. This is the reason. This is the reason. There is a reason. There's a reason why you name everything. So now, the cool thing that you can do now, is you can now, so like, okay, body, we're gonna do that. So basically these are gonna be synchronized again. We will synchronize them again. So now when this moves that way, guess what? The arm's gonna move. So we gotta move the arm. But you're like, oh, well, I don't want it to look that way. Well, the great thing is that you're gonna have, go to here, and you're gonna click all of these and you're gonna add these. The great thing is you can select multiple and add them, which is great. So you're gonna move the arm and you're like, oh, but I don't want the upper arm to look the way that it does. I want to go in here and I want to edit this arm. So I'm gonna put it like right here-ish, and I'm gonna do some stuff in order to make it look nicer than how it currently looks. Right. Heads up, Mega EAPs is refund. For some reason, it didn't throw when I completed. Oh, well, that's great. Maybe they fixed the bug. I know it did update. See, there you go. And so you can now easily move the arm, but now you can also go in and fix any of these smaller issues. Or tits. Hold on. Let me see. Let's see if Tits is broken again. Aha! It be broke again! Tits do be broken again. Well, easy fix. This is me going in and fucking fixing it. And you get to see all the stuff that I have to go through in order to fix stuff. Yeah. Oh. I have to wait until it loads. Alright, let's... The funny thing is I was testing it out earlier just to make sure nothing was broken. So, let's see. Alright, it's all connected. It should work. There we go. Should work now. It works! I don't know why it wasn't working. Yeah, so you can go in because... So you can have a whole bunch of separate deformers under a major deformer. That's what I'm trying to show here. You can have a bunch of deformers separated under one. And the other thing is like, oh, maybe you want your arm to swing. You know, maybe we want. I'm just gonna put this in. I might actually do this, because I completed 3 Mega EPs and Tits said, nah, I'm out. That's hilarious. Okay, let me do arm physics. And let me call this parameter arm physics. And we'll just save it, whatever. Okay. So let's say we want to do arm physics, but we want it to like bounce. We want to do a rotation. So you can either do this and it will create like a rotation, or you can go in yourself and just mark where you want your rotation deformer. So I want my rotation to be here. So I want it to rotate from this point. Okay, cool. And then I'm like, you know what? I kind of want to actually move this to be here. You know what? I don't like that spot. I'll move it over here. Now, this is not connected to anything. That's why I can move it around as I'm doing. So I'm just gonna move it. I'm gonna be like, you know what? No, it actually this looks more accurate. Or I'm gonna just put it on the shine. I think that's perfect. All right. So I want that there. I'm going to add stuff. But I'm like, you know what? I want this. You can move in here, but I'm like, you know what? I want this rotation. I want this to be under this. Cool. We're gonna make this deformer go under there. So this is the rotation. So let me put L R. So it's rotation. Cool. So now this rotate. Now you might feel like, oh no, wait, I wanted to actually put this somewhere else. Well, if you do Control Shift. I forgot that that is a hotkey. Hold on, let me change that. Let me change that hotkey to not exist anymore. I think it's in settings. Let me change this to like, shut up. There we go. Hotkeys. There we go. Alright, now it doesn't exist anymore. I can just click end, because I usually click end anyways. Alright. But you usually do Control Shift, and you can move this. So like, let's say you don't like where it currently is. You can do Control Shift, and you can move this point to wherever you want it. You have to hold down Control Shift and it will move it. And it will not affect anything. It doesn't, oh, are you kidding me? Why are you moving? Not be able to move. Oh yeah, it's because these were connected. So you're gonna just have to delete that and then it should be fine. So now you can move it however you want. So let's say I do body, you know, this body goes over here or whatever, and I just basically want this arm to do a little wiggle. I want it to do a little, so we'll do that, and then it comes down to here and just does a little, oh my gosh, just a little wiggle. So it just does a little wiggle. I actually might put it down a little bit more. And then, like, we're like, okay, we want this to do this when the body's moving. So this is a little bit of going into physics just so you can kind of understand it. This is complicated, don't worry about it. We'll go into physics more in a second. But it's very easy. You just add, name it gobbledygook, whatever. We're gonna call this arm bounds because that's what we're doing. Just forget everything. We're gonna click, if we're gonna add it as a parameter, you want to click on the things that is gonna affect it. So definitely all movements of the body is gonna make the arm bounce. And then we'll just, oh my gosh, I hate this. I hate this. I hate this so much. By the way, every time that you input a number anywhere, you're gonna have to click enter, which is annoying, gonna be honest. And then we're gonna add, arm physics. So this is a simple, dirty way of doing some arm physics. Stop. Scale basically just means how much you're gonna see it. So as you can see, when we do that, it does a little wiggle. It does a little bouncy bounce. Now, of course, this is just, you know, very, very dirty kind of bounce. that's like if you want to do it, but we're gonna exit out of here because we're not gonna talk about physics until really doing the hair. I'm actually gonna delete this, and I'm actually gonna delete this as well. The great thing is if you're deleting anything, if you're going to be deleting a parameter, or if you're going to be deleting a parameter, the trash can for that is in the parameter area. I have been trying to delete stuff in here, and I clicked this, and I deleted a parameter instead, and I'm like, oh shit, and then I had to redo everything. So be wary of where you're clicking on things for what you want to delete. Yes. So yeah, without further ado, I think that's a basic explanation of like how you move the arm around. Now, you know, I got this also separated, and I got this separated, and all of these, you know, you're going to be doing this stuff. Now, the thing is, you can synchronize your corners all at once by just like clicking on whatever. You know, just like selecting the thing that you want and then saying, you know, going up to model, yeah, going up to model, going up to parameters, and just saying synchronize, and then it will synchronize it for you. Cool. Now I'm going to show you a cool thing that you can do that we're gonna set up basically for the arm. So it's a really cool thing that you can do. You can do this for whatever. This could be put again into parameters because we're only going over parameters. I'm gonna show you how to do physics and how to set that stuff all up. It's very easy, as I just showed you. It's actually, setting up physics is probably the easiest thing to do once you have everything set up. It's very easy. You just gotta ask yourself, what do you want to bounce? Seems pretty counterintuitive, but anyways, I'm going to show you something really cool that I learned with edit. Oh, I'm trying to remember where it was. Here we go. We're gonna go temporary. Okay, so seriously, I am not ill with ligma. Oh my gosh, I'm not ill with ligma. Anyways, so this particular tool, you go up to model, you go to temporary deform, and you go down to temporary path deformation. Now, before you even click this, go to the, we're gonna, remember what I said about this being on, so remember what I said about this thing. So I'm going to put another parameter on top of this, and we're gonna call this arm left is. We're gonna create it on top of here. Now, it is okay with whatever, actually it's not okay with whatever it looks like. We are going to have to actually edit this. Oh, that's not what I meant. Yeah, no, we gotta undo that. So we're gonna create another deformer. And we're gonna put it around the arm. Around the entirety of the arm. We don't technically need to move to match it. We're gonna put a little bit more kind of deformation in here with all the separation. And I think You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna actually angle it. There. Perfect. Alright. So this is gonna go here. We're gonna say add, and then go to the keyframe that you want. You're gonna click on model, temporary deform, temporary path deform. And you basically create a path down the arm. You say okay. Oh, well, you don't say okay. You say you do it, and then you okay, temporary path deform. So you click, add your path, and then now you want to wiggle this. So we're gonna why is this not working? Oh, it's because this isn't under it. Hold on. There we go. I forgot that it was not under it. Okay, make sure that your areas are correctly under the hierarchy together, or else you're gonna be like, why is stuff not working? Okay. Alright. And now you can do this. So I don't want to move that. I just want to move down here. I will say it does get really weird. You just gotta be careful. This works really well. This does work really well on certain aspects. Does it work here? Not extremely, but there's another way that you could do this. But you know how, like, I'm gonna be honest, a lot of people's arms, when they have their physics or whatever, I don't know why, but their arms look like jello. Their arms do not, like, bounce like arms. They are like little noodles. But that, if you want to do it that way, I mean, that's one way. But honestly, that works really great for the hair. Like going and creating a deformer. So it's another way that you can do what I was trying to do is actually make it with the mesh and then click on this cool path deformer. Noodle, oh my gosh. And then click on this path deformer, and then you can move it around like that. So that's a way. That is a way to do it. We're gonna take that off, and we're actually gonna delete this curved surface. But yeah, so those are some ways that you can create unique things or unique movement. But honestly, in basic necessities, I'm gonna be honest, just don't do that. It was cool to experiment, and I will say experiment as much as possible when working on things. But when it comes down to things, I'm gonna delete that arm physics. When it comes down to things, you do not really need to worry about. All you need to worry about is like moving, you know, getting this to move accurately. You know, and you're like, oh, well, I want this to be like that. Maybe I want this arm to be thicker. So just like, you know, move things to where you want it to be. What is this? And just gotta edit. Editing and fixing things is like, yeah. But this is a hierarchy. So this is each individual thing under each other, under other things, and under other stuff. You just gotta get a good rhythm of what you want your hierarchy to be. And then you'll just be in a pretty decent shape. Yeah. I think I fucked up a little bit with something, but we are currently fixing it. There we go. Potato King! Hello! Welcome in. Yeah, I think I messed up. I think I have to delete this arm. Which is okay to do. Yeah, I think I have to go back like a lot. Hold on. We're gonna have to go back. The great thing is that there is no limit to not doing it. How's the drawing going? We're currently just doing some rigging stuff actually. Yeah, don't. We're gonna get rid of this. But yeah, it go good. I'm doing a live 2D crash course, just going over how to do live 2D rigging. We're just kind of having a little fun. Experimenting with stuff, having some fun stuff. Yeah, we currently got the body kind of going. So. Yeah. The body is the torso is really the only thing that's pretty much done right now. Though we're working a little bit on doing the arm. But yeah. I actually have some chibi live 2D commissions going on right now. Which, you know what is really funny? I don't know. Aha! That's why it's not working. I think that was not working either. I don't know why. I think I have to wait until I start streaming in order to actually have tits and my Biku bot up, because both of them are breaking as soon as I start stream. And I don't know why. This has been going on a lot recently where they just... And it's more of they're breaking in the sense of breaking in Twitch, not for OBS. What? I already updated you. Update later. I don't know why it's saying update again. I already updated Piku. I don't know why it's saying that it needs to update again. That's weird. Alright. It's all worky now. Because I have a timer that's supposed to go on. It's like not working. It like hasn't been working at all. Oh my gosh. Yeah. But anyways, so that's kind of like the hierarchy. Oh, I don't need this anymore. Oh, How back did I fuck this up? Yeah, we gotta undo all of this. Hello. There we go. Very, like I said, it's very forgiving. Live2D is very, very forgiving. You can back up a lot in order to make it work. But yeah. So, that's basically what everything kind of does. You might be like, but you haven't gone over like some other stuff. Yeah, I haven't. So I just didn't want to really go into parameters today because I want to have like that a little bit more scripted out. By the way, I have no script of what we're doing. So yeah, we're just kind of going by ear now. But yeah, so we got the body. I hope that you guys do understand deformers. We'll be going over more about deformers and parameters as we go further into it. But if you do have any questions about how to do certain things or how did I do that, yeah, please explain, like, you know, how did you do this sort of thing? Because especially with, you know, working on stuff, sometimes I don't read chat all the time. So if you would just, you know, just ask your little questions away and I will try my best to go back and answer it. So, how art. Stop! Oh my god. I'm gonna get rid of that how in a minute, I swear to god. Anyways, so I think a lot of things that people do not talk about is, so we're gonna go over parameters. We just went over deformers and how deformers work with parameters and what a deformer basically is, where it basically deforms things. Pretty simple, pretty, you know, and here's simple hierarchy, you know, do separating all the pieces that are separated, just do that. Anyways, so we're gonna go over what all of these parameters do. So we're gonna go into parameters a little bit. So this is all the head. This is movement of head. So this is X, this is Y, this is Z. So basically angle X, just turning your head right and left, going up and down, and then head tilt. This all the Z's is just tilting your body. Oh my god, and sometimes your thing freaks out. Now, parameters of the eyes and the brow. Now, there's some things in here, and especially this, brow X, this thing right here, brow X, you will never, ever need. Brow X does not exist. You cannot do that. Also, if you do try, it doesn't look right. So brow X is moving the brow inward and outward. Your brow does not do that. And the other thing is that angle, brow angle, and brow form will make it basically do what that is. So you don't need this parameter. You can just get rid of it. That's probably the only parameter that you ever will need to get rid of. Other than that, keep all the parameters. Also, the other thing is, you can go in here and you can edit these parameters. But do not mess with the ID. Never mess with this ID. It is important, especially when it's hooking things up. When you go into another program, this is how it knows what parameter is what, and it will hook it up automatically for you. Now, if you have certain parameters that you have made, you have to go and hook that up manually. But as long as you keep to this naming scheme, it will be easier for you to hook it up. So, eye left open, or like any of these the open is just you having your eyes open, and that is the blink. This is blinking. Smile is when you smile. So you see I smile and I squint. It just gives that squinting impression. So of the cheeks just, you know, going up a little bit to make that signature smile. Eyeball X and Y, that's just moving your eye around so you look around. This model isn't really good at showing it, but yeah. Brow Y just goes up and down. So this is your up, like you're surprised, and down. That's it down. Your angle is really great when you're doing like certain expressions. That's just angling the brow down to be angry or the other way to be sad. Form just makes it so you get the, see how you can see that my brow is deforming here? That's the form. That's how form works. Depending on, now, some of the stuff works really good depending on how you're capturing your face. So if you're, sometimes it'll be really good capture and it will pick up everything, single thing that you do in here. Now, mouth form, I'm not even gonna cover that. We're gonna cover that when we do the mouth. I'm gonna be honest, we're gonna cover that when we do the mouth, because this is difficult. And the funny thing is there's gonna be some more things that we're gonna do with this. That is gonna be extremely hard. Body, simple. We already kind of explained it of what the body does. So X, Y, Z is gonna be that tilt. Breath. Now, I didn't show it, but we're gonna do breath really quickly. So what is breath? What does breath do? So we're going to basically make, I don't want to have anything selected. We're going to make another deformer. Again, we're doing hierarchy, just, and we're going to call it breath. Or whatever. We are going to put this breath only here. So this is breath. We are gonna add it to here. It only has 2 parameters. Now there's some parameters that are set up that only do, you know, from 0 to 1. We're gonna talk about how to add parameters. We're gonna talk about how to edit parameters. We're gonna go over all parameters next time. So parameters will be next time, along with keyframing and starting to actually rig the body and do movement. We will also be probably going over a little bit of physics as well. And then we'll be covering physics more in the third one. And it just depends how I want to break it down, but mainly we'll be going over parameters, head, and body. So we're going to be going basically rigging the head and the body. We're going to probably be going to have one just specifically going over head stuff, and then we'll go over body. Because body's very easy. And then head is like really complicated. We'll have one probably for going over physics, and especially with hair physics, because that's going to be a whole thing. And then just how to make different physics. So there's going to be a lot of different things. It depends on what I want to go over for the week, but everything will build on top of itself. So, yeah, so easiest way to do breath, because I feel like no one goes over how to do breath. Easiest way to do it, create another, you know, just create another deformer, move it into the location that you want. And to preface this, you should already have arm right done as well, but we're just gonna leave it. We are going to select torso and the arm. Well, we should have both arms. And we're gonna move it under the breath. Okay? Good. Then we're gonna go to 1. Actually, we're gonna go and do 0 because I want to add an extra thing. So we're gonna go to 1. And we are just gonna move this up. So we'll do this and then cycle. And I'm gonna show you basically what that kind of, what that kind of looks like when you're actually in here. And there you go. You gotta breathe. Now you're breathing. And that's all it is. It is a looped animation. Now, there are other ways to do this and hook it up, but again, we're not gonna go over that. There are plenty of other great tutorials that show you how to make it. Technically, you could copy this parameter and then make it, which probably would work. But yeah, and that's just how you get breath. And depending on how like much you want it to move, you can change it to whatever. Now, of course, eventually this will affect this arm as well, but that's when we put a deformer. But that's when we put the deformer in there. But yeah, that's easy, simple way. By the way, just so you can kind of see, this is a good. Now, a lot of people, what they do, from what I've noticed, is that they export the model out of here and import it into whatever they use, like LIVE2D or whatever, or not LIVE2D, they import it into like VTube Studio to test how it will look when you're moving around. Honestly, I don't do that until the end. And the reason that I don't do it until the end is because it just takes too much time. It's like you're wasting time that you can go and make more stuff. And it's just like, get everything done, then you can go in and tweak what you need to. If you want to do something more extreme, it's very easy, just go in, find it, and then just tweak it, and it shouldn't really affect much. Honestly, it usually doesn't, especially if you have a good array of like what you're doing. So and as you can see, no matter where we move, the breath will kind of just be there. Now, of course, you can link the breath to be part of the body X and Y, and then it would move with your body. I personally think you don't really need to do that unless with body Z, but X and Y you kind of don't really need to do that. And the other thing is that you would have to create another parameter to be able to do, or another deformer on top of the breath in order for it to move with all of these. So it would be like another thing on top of that. And considering that, you know, we're gonna have an interesting way of how we're gonna move body Z, it's just easier not to do that. Because you're gonna parent. I usually, when I'm doing the Z, I make another deformer again and just call it body Z, and then I just take everything that I want to tilt to the Z and do all of that sort of stuff. So I always have it very separated up, and everything builds on top of itself. So anything that is on top will affect the others, and that's why you have to, you know, go in. So, you know, this arm will affect the forearm and all of this stuff, but then this one affects the hand. So you just got to go in and separate each and every single part of this thing. And it is a lot to have this all separated up like that. But the hierarchy system works. And depending on how you want to do it, different hierarchy systems work differently. This is just how I personally do it, so. But yeah, does anyone have any questions so far that they would like to ask about anything? Deformers, how to import the model, how does art mesh work, What is art mesh? Anything. I've been like lecturing and talking for like 3 hours. So if you do have any questions, please do let me know if you have any. I don't even know what life is. Oh my gosh. Is there going to be a test? Yes, Drunken. There is going to be a whole 100 fill in the blank test. Yeah, no, none of this multiple choice shit. Nah. You gotta fill in the blank. And there's no word box. Nah. Me and Drunken are dropping out. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I guess I'll just like go over it again, just to create a nice little recap of everything we kind of did. So first off, when you import in a model, just go into the folders, go into wherever you have that Photoshop file. Make sure it's a Photoshop file. LIVE2D is sus. Make sure it is a Photoshop file. Then just drag and drop it. And then just, you know, do auto mesh or create your own meshes. You can always go in and create your own mesh, as we did for some things that we wanted to change. For example, we went in and we changed basically almost all of the eye, and then we also changed the mouse form as well. And then we went in and we started clipping things with a clipping mask. So like the teeth are clipped to the mouth, so it doesn't move beyond the bounds of the mouth. And then we went into talking a little bit about deformers and how deformers work and how to hook deformers up to any parameter. And we went a little bit over parameter. Don't put a link and we'll put in a good word for it. What? I'm confused, but okay. Yeah. And then we also went over how to synchronize corners. So these corners are now synchronized. So at least with this particular thing, the corners are synchronized, which is great. Next time, we are going to be diving more into deformers, and we are going to be diving fully into rigging the entire body. Okay? We're going to be rigging the entire body. And I mean body. That does not mean the head. The head is being left untouched. Oh, Patch! Hello! Why are you coming in with the rip? Or because you're late? What? Oh my god, did it? Why? Hold on. Maybe it might reconnect. Ha! So no head. Shush! Because I remember in college rigging and deforming, and now tedious. So rip. Oh my gosh. Scam. Okay, I am going to be honest. All of the problems I am having right now with tits and with BikuBot is that it is not connecting to Twitch. It's not anything to do with my OBS. It is everything to do with Twitch right now. And apparently, Twitch is actually having some problems with these integrated stuff, which is, it's not suitable. No, not the ads, god damn it. I think I would be better off with rigging had I actually been good with character design. Would be fine with the character. Oh my gosh, yeah. I gotta close this again. I've been having so many problems. You know what the stupid thing is that there is no one does up-to-date things for Twitch for tits. Here, let me check the connections again. It's fine now. I don't know why it doesn't work all the time or why it breaks so much. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea why it breaks. I don't got anything for you. To why it doesn't. Yeah. I got no clues to why it doesn't. But anyways, so let me just save this. So next time we will be diving more into doing just the body. So that is basically from the neck down. We will be doing that along with also let me go and along with also doing the jacket as well and talking about what we can do with the jacket. Actually, one of the things I was trying to do with the arm, we can do definitely with the jacket. Well, it's more a coat than, or like a cloak than it is a jacket. I just called it a jacket, but it's okay. We will also be talking about how to make it so that you can remove it, or like quote remove it. We'll also be talking about how to create parameters as well. So so yeah, I didn't say that. Was, yeah. So basically the great thing is I could just turn off the head. So we are only going to be working on this part. So I need more. So we are only going to be working on this part of the model. A bunch of humans with. Yeah. So we're going to be working on this part of the model. Up to lightning dragon. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So we're going to be working on this part of the model. It's not going to be have a head. And yeah, so we went over just a few things of deformers. We're going to be diving more into deformers and a few other tools that I didn't talk about now. We're going to be diving into them more later, so do not worry. They will all eventually, everything will be dived into, and we will be talking about everything to do with rigging. But basically next time we are going to be rigging this, the rest of the body. So it will be a full thing of just rigging and talking about what the parameters are doing and just going over everything while also I'm rigging, and we can just talk about stuff once I'm done with my little lecture about what everything does. So yeah. So without further ado, let me just do that. So yeah, I do hope that you guys did like this little like tutorial kind of thing. This is actually something I wanted to do for a while, like doing tutorials and helping out people and just kind of explaining things that a lot of people don't really talk about much with certain things. Oh, there is one thing I did want to talk about. If you were ever doing something with your model and suddenly this happens and you're like, oh, what, this isn't the way I wanted to deform something, go up to edit level and make sure edit level is always on edit level 2. 3 is like for perspective. 3 is for perspective. 2 is just the base one that everybody works at. So just make sure it's always on 2. And if something goes awry and you're just like, why is this weird? Look up here. It might just have changed. It does that. I don't know why. It just does that automatically on its own. And I'm just like, why? For the most part, sometimes it can just be that. Also, if you're ever having like somewhat of an a visual error issue that's going on, and you're like, I don't know why this is kind of looking like this, save, just kind of do a save or like a backup save and close out of the program and then reopen it up, and sometimes usually it fixes itself. So sometimes the program itself just does a little weird bug, and sometimes it's just, sometimes it is you. And you know, we had a few things like that. But yeah, so here, let me just let me go over to here. Yes. And here, let me just save again. Hold on, I'm trying to save before I move myself. Boo, 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 boo. I do hope that this was a little bit informative about kind of what goes into rigging a model, and it's a lot. It's a lot of technical stuff, so please thank your riggers if you ever have a Live2D rigger. There's a lot of stuff that they do, but I'm going to be honest, some of them I don't know why cost like $2,000 or $9,000, and after this I hope that you'll go, why do they cost so much? Because there's some moments where it's like, why do they cost so much? Because they honestly shouldn't cost that much. But anyways, I am losing my voice. So without further ado, how about let's go crash somebody else's party, eh? That's the name brand effect, yeah. Yeah, let's go and crash somebody else's party. Whose party do I want to crash? That's the question. You know what? Let's go into browse. Let's see if anyone else is doing some art. Let's see if there's anyone else doing some model rigging or something like that. Da 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 da. Here, let me actually just look up Live2D. Something should come up. Let's rate our create. So stop! Stop! What? There's actually not that many people doing Live2D stuff. Huh, interesting. Let me see. What the hell is that title? You know, hold on, let me click on this one. I think I found somebody. Oh, they're making a Live2D rig. So I think that this person would be great to show kind of like what goes into all the stuff to make a Live2D rig, because the separation that you have to do is great. Also, I just love their I love their title. And it looks like they're like a futuristic dog VTuber. Man, let's just raid them. I want to raid more people, and you know what? I want to just do that. Slash raid. Can we get the raid message going? Jose, can we get the raid message going? There we go. Let's get the raid message going. Yeah, boys. Okay. Alright, without further ado, let us go and raid this lovely person. And I do want to thank you all so much for coming to this first LIVE2D crash course. We will be going over more in the next one. I will be posting this recording up right after, or like, well, it'll be published tomorrow on my YouTube. So if you did miss anything and you want to go over it again, or you just want to look at something that I did, definitely go and check that out. It will be on my YouTube channel. I always post my full VODs along with clips up on that channel. But without further ado, thank you all so much for watching, and I shall see you next Monday for our next LIVE2D crash course. On Wednesday, we are going to be playing some more Breath of the Wild. Oh my god, no! No! Right at the end! The battery! I'm gonna read somebody else. But if you guys missed it, don't worry, my VOD will be going up on the YouTube later. So if you want to check it out and what we did, it will be going on tomorrow. It will be going on my YouTube channel tomorrow. But thank you so much for the raid, Dr. Craggle. We're gonna be raiding another person that's doing LIVE2D. Yeah, it's okay. That just threw me off, because all of a sudden I just got hit with a banana, and I'm like, wait, what the heck? I don't have to throw banana. It's okay, but I do want to welcome all my raiders in. Hello, I'm Art. We were just doing banana in it, yeah. We were just doing some LIVE2D rigging. We're gonna be going over. It's a LIVE2D crash course. We just kind of went over all the navigation stuff and all the tools, and then we're gonna go over it further in the next one on Monday. And then I was just saying Breath of the Wild on Wednesday, and then Friday we are going to be doing some Phasmo. I will be doing Phasmo with Jose again, because a lot of you guys seem to really like that. I do have challenges that we can do. I'm just kind of playing through it until it I'm just kind of big of Jose. I'm popular. Yeah, he is. He truly is. But yeah, so without a further ado, I do want to thank you all so much. Thank you, Dr. Craggle, for the raid. I know you came like right in at the end. Yeah, let me open up Twitter really quickly so I remember to say that you raided me. Okay. But yeah, without further ado, thank you all so much for watching. Jose, can you get the raid message going again? Just do command raid again. Just in case. Just so that we can make sure that even the current raiders are gonna get a new raid message, so then we can go and raid this lovely person. Yeah. And for all of you watching on YouTube, oh my god, for all of you watching on YouTube, I'm gonna leave it off here as we go and raid somebody. But to you watching on YouTube, thank you all so much for watching, and I do hope that you guys check out any the links down in the description below to all my socials or anything else that you want to do. I do have commissions open. I do have LIVE2D commissions open for a chibi model, which is very similar to this one, and eventually we'll be opening up actually full body and half body rigs as well, and I will be doing the art and also rigging, so you can get everything in one place. I do also have plenty of other I do also have plenty of other great, plenty of other commissions that you can do. I'm just so tired. I'm tired. Rigging should tire you out. But without further ado, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for the raid, and we are gonna go and raid this lovely person. Let me stop recording. Bye, YouTube.